Let's talk
Nah,
about shopping malls in Indonesia
shopping
compared
mall
to
di
shopping
Indonesia.
malls in the US because they are quite different.
Ini
I've
besar
been wanting to
oh.
make this video for a few months now since coming back from
Dia tahu berapa
Jakarta,
tingkatnya?
where the malls are just insane.
Gila punya besar nih
I
guys.
had never seen so many malls with this many stores,
Lebih
this many
daripada 200
floors, and
kedai.
also so
Assalamualaikum kumahadamang sampurasun good people. Sarang wilujeng sumping ke channel Abdi. Saya Bididi dari Borneo Sabah, ingin menemani kawan-kawan semua dalam episode reaction kali ini. Nah, perbedaan antara mall di Indonesia dan juga di Amerika. Apa saja perbedaan mall antara Indonesia dan Amerika, guys? Kita akan sama-sama nonton di dalam video ini. Video yang saya react hari ini adalah video daripada akun TikTok Joyfield Wonder. Jadi ini adalah akun TikTok yang saya react hari ini. Nanti kalian bisa simak akun TikTok ini, link daripada akun ini nanti saya letak di ruang description box di bawah buat kawan-kawan semua pertimbangkan simak dan juga follow lah akun TikTok ini. Ojo lali di subscribe channelku good people. Terima kasih buat kawan-kawan yang sudah klik dan nonton. Semoga semua berada dalam keadaan yang sehat, selalu dimurahkan rezeki, dipermudahkan segala urusan dunia dan akhirat. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Nah guys, tanpa buang-buang waktu, mari sama-sama kita nonton isi kandungan daripada video ini seperti apa. Let's go. 1, 2. Yo, kumaha damang, salam silaturahmi good people. Ojo lali di subscribe yo channelku.
well, we can talk about shopping malls.
Shopping mall.
Malls in the US are quite different than the malls that I found in Jakarta. For example, in Jakarta, I visited Taman Anggrek, Neo Soho, Central Park,
Oh,
and
banyak
Pacific
mall dia
Place
pernah
malls.
lawat di Jakarta.
Those are huge, at least 5 or 6 floors each with over 300, 400, 500 stores. My hometown mall has about 150 stores and it's only 1 floor.
Satu floor
The
saja.
biggest mall in my town is only 2 stories and has just over 200 stores. The US does have big malls like Jakarta does. They're just spread out across the country. There's a big one in New York, there's one in Minneapolis, there's some in LA, but they're just not all in one city like the Jakarta malls.
Oh, begitu.
The other thing you guys were asking is what do Americans do for fun to hang out if we're not at a mall? I would say that we're at parks, we're hanging out outside, we're going to coffee shops, bars, cafes, and small like boutique kind of shopping experiences also.
Berbeza guys dorang punya hangout.
What else do you want to know? Let's talk about shopping malls in Indonesia
Shopping
compared
mall
to
di
shopping
Indonesia.
malls in the US because they are quite different.
Ini
I've
besar
been wanting
oh.
to make this video for a few months now since coming back from
Dia tahu berapa
Jakarta,
tingkatnya?
where the malls are just insane.
Gila punya besar nih
I
guys.
had never seen so many malls with this many stores,
Lebih
this
daripada
many floors,
200
and
kedai.
also so close together. Like so many of these malls, we could just like walk from one to the next to the next. They were right in the same part of town, which was so wild to me.
Dia punya mall
One thing I
pun
love about
berdekat-dekat
Indonesian malls is just how complete they are. There's movie
Lengkap.
theaters, there's usually a supermarket, there's a store for literally anything. And being a mom of small children, I love how almost every mall has like a play area or play place included inside the mall.
Semua
We
mall
found
ada
malls that
play area.
had aquariums inside. We found malls that had ice
Wow.
skating rinks. I mean, plus it's air conditioning and Indonesia gets hot. And so it's a great way to beat the heat. But malls in the US are nothing like this. I remember
Mall di
getting
US,
a shopping
tiada
mall in our
satu pun
town
yang
when I
sama
was a
macam ni,
teenager,
guys.
when I was in high school, and it being like
Luar
the
biasa.
cool place to hang out. Everyone went there on the weekends. You always saw someone that you knew. But over the years, I feel like malls in the US have really just gone downhill. They begin to decline. The US does have Mall of America, which is the largest mall in the US. It has hundreds of stores, many floors, but that's just one mall in one city in the US, whereas Indonesia has hundreds of malls
Indonesia
like this.
ada ratusan mall
So
guys.
that's a little comparison of shopping malls in the US and Indonesia. Where would you rather do your shopping? For me, I'd pick Indonesia.
Luar biasa.
Yes, let's talk about this. All of the things I have seen in an Indonesian shopping mall as an American mom living in Indonesia that I have never seen at a shopping
Dia tidak
mall
pernah
in the
nampak.
US. Here's my list. A church, an
Ada-
amusement park,
ada
like a theme
gereja,
park with like roller coasters
ada
and
theme
rides
park.
and everything, an ice skating rink,
Wow.
a movie theater,
Ada movie
as, like, part
theater.
of the
Ini
mall,
di Indonesia guys.
supermarkets. I love
Supermarket.
having supermarkets at the mall in Indonesia. It's so convenient.
Dia sangat suka supermarket di Indonesia, guys.
Also,
Aquarium.
Ace in the US, it is a hardware store.
Ada
We have Ace
hardware.
but in Indonesia, it is very different.
Dalam satu
Saw
mall
an
ada
IKEA
semua.
At a mall in Indonesia. Also a bank, not just
Ada
like
bank
ATM,
lagi ya,
but
di
like an actual
ATM.
bank. I've seen spas in the malls here. I've even seen hotels as part of
nampaknya
malls
sangat
here.
berbeda kalau di
And not
Amerika,
just a
guys,
hotel, but like Ritz-Carlton, like that's a really fancy
Wow.
hotel. Also apartments.
Ada apartemen lagi.
And my favorite is a dentist.
Oh,
Snow, thank you very much. Fun fact, I am from Florida in
Florida.
the US, and
Jadi-
we do not get snow.
tidak
I
tidak
have
salju
never
di
had
Florida.
snow for Christmas. We do get colder temperatures, but never
Cold.
really cold enough to snow. I think it snowed once in like the 1970s when my mom was a kid, but I didn't see snow until I was 18 years old. Every winter in the US, there's all these like memes that go around social media about a Florida winter and how it's not that cold and we don't get snow. So Indonesia is actually pretty great for me. It's the weather that
Dia lebih
I'm used
suka
to.
di
It's
Indonesia
just,
gitu
more
loh.
consistent,
Lebih pilih Indonesia.
as in it feels like a Florida summer, like all year round. Florida can be hot and rainy and thunderstorms and all kinds of weather I see in Indonesia. There's just a lot more air conditioning in the US. Where do I prefer living? And be honest.
Nah, dia lebih
Well,
milih
honestly,
tinggal di
there's pros
US
and
atau
cons to
di
both living in a big city
Indonesia?
and living in a small village type setting. In the US, I grew up in a pretty big city, a suburb of a big city, and so I'm used to driving easily 30 minutes to an hour to get to work or school or things I needed to do. And so I
lagu
kind
The
of love
Beatles.
this small town village life where I'm rarely stuck in traffic. Things are really close together. I run into people that I know all the time when I'm out shopping or at the market or just out doing things. I think that's really fun. I'm not used to that and I really like it. I love that we live at the end of this little road and my kids can go outside. I can leave the gate open and they can walk or ride their bikes up and down this road safely. I love that. But yeah, I do miss some of the things that come with a big city. Like we don't have a shopping mall, we don't have movie theaters, and just a lot of things like that that come with a big city. So there's pros and cons. For now, I really love this village life.
Dia sangat suka hidup di kampung, guys. Jadi itulah sebuah video culture shock yang perbedaan antara mall di Indonesia dan juga di Malaysia, guys. Di Malaysia. Perbedaan mall di antara Indonesia dan juga US, guys. Dan ini benar-benar datang daripada seorang bule yang berasal daripada Florida, guys. Dan saya tengok kalau daripada video ini dia lebih memilih Indonesia lah untuk tinggal dan untuk membesarkan anak-anaknya. Sebab di Indonesia dia bilang penuh dengan rasa yang sangat berbeda lah berada di Indonesia daripada di US gitu. Jadi ini satu culture shock yang pertama kali juga kita dengar kan kayak gini nih. Dan siapa sangka, guys, baru saya tahu di Indonesia itu ada ratusan mall, guys, dan sangat berbeda dengan yang di US. Kalau mall di US tuh tiada yang sampai bertingkat-tingkat macam di Indonesia, dia bilang. Dan di Indonesia pula dalam satu mall kita boleh jumpa banyak church, gereja, masjid, boleh jumpa kedai hardware, banyaklah, theme park. Nah itu semua, cinema. Luar biasa, guys. Dalam satu mall semua ada dan itu sangat convenient, sangat menjimatkan masalah untuk orang yang memilih tinggal di Indonesia. Nah itu saja video kita kali ini. Apa pendapat kawan-kawan semua? Apa kalian suka mall-mall di Indonesia? Kalau suka, komen dan beritahu kenapa kalian suka dengan mall di Indonesia, guys. Oke, sampai sini saja video saya pada kali ini. Semoga kalian suka dengan video ini. Kita akan jumpa di video yang akan datang. Salam santun, damai dan salam silaturahmi. Terima kasih kerana menonton. Salam santun, damai dan salam silaturahmi, good people. Assalamualaikum, salam Nusantara. Yo teman-teman, ojo lali di subscribe yo channelku.